Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are saying beware this viral Korean skincare serum and how some recent changes to the Korean skincare regulations might spell trouble for Centella Asiatica. Centella Asiatica is one of the most popular ingredients in Korean skincare, and it's increasingly finding its way into our Western skincare products. However, not everything might be as it seems when it comes to Centella Asiatica, also known as cica. A lot of the recent changes might be exposing some new things in the Centella market that as consumers we're going to want to be aware of. Don't worry, I'm going to unpack it all in today's video. So sit back, relax, let's talk. Is this the end for Centella Asiatica? Now, before we get into today's video, of course, I would love to know your own hot take when it comes to Centella Asiatica, so let me know. If you're a huge fan of this ingredient and use it regularly in your skincare routine, reach down and leave the heart emoji in the comments. Also share with me any of your personal Centella Asiatica or cica recommendations. If you're someone that thinks it's overhyped, overused and overblown, let me know by leaving the cross emoji in the comments and why Centella Asiatica maybe didn't work for you. There is no right or wrong in this. I would just love to know what the Mad About Skin community are thinking. Now, you might be thinking when you look at this shirt, wow, that's a lot. And I do apologize. I don't normally dress like this. I'm actually on my way out to a tropical themed birthday party after I finish this, and I won't have time to change and do all of that. So you've got to put up with me in flamingo mode. However, if you're a fan of a very garish shirt and a little flamingo action, let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. This honestly supports me as a content creator so much, as the more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So from the bottom of my heart, love to each and every one of you. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So, Centella Asiatica, what is it? What does it do? Well, it's plant derived and it's been around in Korean skincare for decades. It might sound new and innovative to us here in the West, but that's certainly not the case in Korea, where it's been an established ingredient in a lot of serums, toners and moisturizers for the longest time. It made its journey to us here in the West when Korean skincare really started to have its viral moment around 5 years ago. And now you can not only find Centella Asiatica in traditional Korean skincare brands and formulations, but also in Western brands too. You look at La Roche-Posay, they now use Centella Asiatica in a number of their products, and you see it in other brands such as Geek and Gorgeous too. Centella Asiatica, if used consistently, can suppress redness and irritation in the skin, can help with the barrier function, and some studies have even shown if you pair it with your vitamin C, can increase the collagen and elastin production in the skin for some great anti-aging. When you take all of that in the round, it's not hard to see why Centella Asiatica, with all those benefits, has kind of become a very trendy and popular skincare ingredient. The issue is, like with a lot of things in skincare, it's not that well regulated. So when you see Centella Asiatica on a product, on a bottle, it's not always clear what you're actually getting. And so the South Korean government have actually tightened up regulations recently to kind of give us, the consumer, a little bit more information around what we're buying and a little bit more certainty on the quality of our products. This definitely a good thing and something that should be welcomed. However, the tightening up of those regulations around Centella Asiatica, and particularly the labelling of it on products, has thrown the whole cica and Centella skincare space into disarray. And it's exposed quite a few, maybe underhand and shady things that are going on. So in this video, I'm going to help you understand it all. We're going to start off by talking about what these changes to regulations and labelling actually mean. We're then going to come on to what they've exposed in terms of the use of Centella Asiatica in skincare and some of the big name brands that have been impacted. I'm then going to share with you my own thoughts and opinions on whether I'm going to continue to use Centella Asiatica in my routine. Spoiler alert, I absolutely am. And then at the end, and this is the bit you really want to stay tuned for, I want to share with you the best of the best Centella Asiatica serum. This one serum is not only drugstore and affordable, but it's also the best in class. Even in light of some of these new revelations and regulations, still stands head and shoulders above the rest of the industry when it comes to really delivering maximum benefit from a super high concentration of that Centella Asiatica. So you really don't want to miss that. I've left some timestamps in the description box below if you want to jump to one section of the video over another. They're there for your convenience, so be my guest. So let's first start out with what exactly has changed and what it means. So recently, the South Korean regulators have tightened up some of the labelling restrictions on skincare. This isn't just limited to Centella Asiatica, but I think this one ingredient has actually been impacted more than any others. What these regulations were designed to do was to increase transparency. So as consumers, we knew exactly what we were putting on our skin. Previously, under the old regulations, if you use Centella Asiatica extract, that's all you had to put on the ingredients list. It's for that reason that a product like this, the Skin 1004 Centella ampoule, can claim to be 100% Centella Asiatica extract. In truth, that term Centella Asiatica extract is actually made up of multiple different ingredients, from water through to humectants, preservatives, and Centella itself. Traditionally, Centella Asiatica extract would be about 7 ingredients, none of which were listed on this product. Just 100% Centella Asiatica extract. So it made it really difficult for us, the consumer, to know exactly what we were buying and putting on our skin. Now, if you were super informed, you could have probably worked out that a product like this couldn't just be 100% Centella Asiatica. Where are the preservatives? Where are the things to keep it fresh? Obviously, there was more going on, but it just wasn't transparent, and we had no idea what we were putting on our skin. Now, under the new regulations, every single ingredient has to be listed. So you'll notice this is one of the older bottles that says 100% Centella Asiatica extract. If you go onto their website now, and I'll leave an image of it here, you'll see actually it's a much more comprehensive ingredient list that shows that the actual concentration of Centella in a product like this isn't 100%. It's somewhere in the region of 3 to 5%. That's a huge difference, and I think a lot of people feel a bit cheated, a little bit let down. Like I say, these changes in regulations and labelling are designed to help us, the consumer, know exactly what we're buying, but it has exposed that there might be a lot less Centella in our skincare than maybe we first thought. So what this means for us, the consumer, is we're going to see a lot longer ingredients lists, particularly with Korean skincare brands. And the reason for this is already under European Union regulations, European-based brands had to list every single ingredient in Centella Asiatica extract. Everything had to be transparent and listed, and so there'll be very few changes to the ingredients list of Western, particularly European Union-based brands. However, the same wasn't the case for those Korean brands who are now frantically trying to redo their ingredients list and websites to increase that transparency. So you're going to see a lot of additional ingredients appear on some of your Korean skincare favorites. Instead of just using Centella Asiatica extract, you're going to see 7 to 9 different ingredients listed. This is great when it comes to transparency, because if you're sensitive to or allergic to an ingredient, you need to know it's in the product so you can actually avoid it. However, a lot of Korean skincare brands have been impacted. As I said, the biggest one to be called out online is Skin 1004, and that's because, to my knowledge, they're the only ones that claim their product was 100% Centella Asiatica extract, which now everyone says, it's actually 5%. You put a number on it, and that number was so misleading and vastly different to what was actually in here, 3 to 5%. This does definitely seem a little bit deceptive, and this doesn't come from a position of hate, because honestly I love Skin 1004 as a brand, but I do think, they knew what they were doing. They could have been a lot more transparent, and I've used this for the longest time and loved it because I thought I was getting a super high dose of Centella Asiatica. Turns out I wasn't. Now, will I still continue to use Centella Asiatica, even though in most Korean skincare products we now know there's a lot less of it than maybe it first appeared on the ingredients list and on their manufacturing and marketing? Yes, I will. And the reason is my skin loves it. Even in lower concentrations, such as 2, 3, or 5%, it still gives a great benefit, calming, soothing, restoring the barrier function of the skin. And that study that I referenced earlier that said using Centella alongside vitamin C is great for anti-aging, that actually studied it in a 4% concentration. So it doesn't need to be 100% to be effective, but I know that this will have left a bit of a bad taste in a lot of consumers' mouths, feeling that maybe we've just been a little bit misled. Well, if you want what I think is like the gold standard in Centella Asiatica skincare, I would say to everyone, swap it out for the V-Green Cica serum. Now, the reason I love this is they don't have to change a thing on their listing. They've always been fully transparent and open, and this should be applauded. They went above and beyond what regulations actually required and put us, the consumer, first. This is great to see. Front and centre, 70% Centella Asiatica leaf water, a great calming, soothing and hydrating ingredient. They've then got the individual compounds held within Centella Asiatica, such as madecassoside, madecassic acid and other great compounds which add all that benefit, listed separately, and additional amounts of these put in there to give maximum benefit. I think there is zero competitor to the V-Green Cica serum when it comes to performance, transparency, and the real blend of ingredients that's going to give you next level results. If you're using Centella Asiatica to boost the efficacy of your vitamin C, go for this. If you've got super redness and irritation prone skin, reach for this. It's going to give you far greater benefits than something like this serum, which we now know wasn't exactly what it seemed to be on first glance. I'm glad that the whole world is becoming a little bit more transparent, so we know as consumers what we're using, but I kind of feel that our heart and our coin really needs to rest with those that were doing the good thing all along. And I'm here to say, I'll be swapping to the V-Green Cica serum, harnessing all the benefits of that wonderful Centella Asiatica, the transparency, and just supporting a good guy in the skincare industry. And I would recommend everyone out there do exactly the same. Hopefully in this video I've just been able to debunk a few myths that might be existing surrounding Centella Asiatica. You're starting to see a lot of real sensationalist stories online with people calling out brands like Skin 1004, calling them liars. I think that's not the case. They were just conforming to what I think were inadequate regulations, and they've done their work now to make sure that they're fully compliant. As consumers, we now know what we're using on our skin and we can make an informed decision. I've made the decision to switch to that V-Green Cica serum so I can support an amazing brand and also harness the power of all the compounds within Centella Asiatica for maximum benefit. It's up to you what you do when it comes to your own skincare routine, but make sure you let me know in the comments section below. Hopefully this has demystified everything and broken it down for you guys. So wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye!